Grand blessings, everyone. I hope that you are doing amazing on this day. I am really in this space this morning of gratitude and gratefulness and thankfulness. And not that anything has happened, but just really in this space where I am just grateful for the healing journey and being on this path and really learning to become very clear about myself and what it is that I look forward to. And this morning, in our group, Esoteric Soul, I do this thing called Sunday School. And so I drop little nuggets or I share what is given to me on a Sunday morning. And one of the things, a core thing that I talked about this morning was in the Sunday School lesson, I guess, right? And the Sunday School lesson was just sharing with people, like if they're feeling, like there's a part of them that's dying, that basically this is a good thing because that is a part of healing, that is a part of growing. And the dying, if you would, for a better lack of words, is just this space that you are starting to understand that there are things or beliefs that you're no longer in agreement with. And so the feeling like something is dying, it's not a bad thing, right? I think it is probably one of the greatest things that we can even experience because in my opinion and in my experience, we are creating space for love or self-love. We are creating space to diminish negative emotions and thought processes that no longer basically serve us. And being in that state of creating that inner space for yourself is a good thing. I know sometimes trying to understand where you are, trying to understand your emotions can be very convoluted, but I will say the more that you start to, I don't want to necessarily say confront your negative emotions, but filter your negative emotions, be honest about those emotions, the more space that you create for what it is that you desire. And the dying, right, is that negative energy and those beliefs that no longer serve you leaving your body, leaving your mind. And so I think it is a very beautiful thing. And if you have been feeling like there's something is dying or, you feel like you're moving into this other space, just know that it is a beautiful thing, because the things that you thought you needed, the things that were probably at the top of your list of what you had to have, you're really in this space where that is no longer required. And the older that I get, I just realize that the things that I thought was like, oh my God, it has to happen this way and it has to be this way, be the way that I want it. I realize that that's just wasted energy. And the older that you get and you're becoming clear about who you are, a lot of stuff just doesn't even matter anymore. Like it's not important. And you just learn to be, and you learn to exist in a way that does create this peace, right? That does create this harmony and this centeredness. Jesus said, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And I don't necessarily know if most people, I don't know if we really understand what he was saying. But I'm in a space where when he says that my yoke is easy, right? It's not a yoke in the traditional sense of what we know a yoke to be. But at the time of the text, Jesus was around a lot of Pharisees and Sadducees that basically put burdens on people. Everything was a sin, basically. You had to do this. You couldn't wear wear your right shoe on on Thursday. Like they just like had all of these different things that yoked people. And what Jesus was saying was that the yoke that I have is easy. Like I just want you to be healed. I want you to be good. I want you to know who you are, right? That was Jesus' yoke. He came and he talked about love. And so for me, I just kind of see that text in a different way now, in regards to the yoke. And when he says that his burden is light, it's not burden like how we know a burden to be. What he's saying is, and also too, let me just put a pause there and stick this in there. This whole thing of the translation from Aramaic to English, it can be very challenging, right? And so I don't necessarily know if burden was probably the correct word to use when he said that my burden is light. But the more that I am on this path and on this journey, and I study his teachings, for me, the burden, when he says that my burden is light, meaning that not light as in not heavy, but like the light within you. Like what he has to offer is light to you, light to see yourself clearly, light to understand yourself clearly, light to shine from within, and it doesn't have anything to do with the outside. Now that's just Alexis, right? That's just me, because I was really in a space where I'm like, okay, I really need to be able to understand a little bit more clearer about what Jesus was actually talking about. But nevertheless, Jesus said that my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And moving in that space, you just start to understand that the things that you thought that you needed and what you had to have is no longer a priority. And that's really like where I am. I think I said this last year sometime. I'm really in a space where, I want to be good, right? I want to be comfortable. I want to be content. I want to be wealthy, but as far as like meaningful things, I would rather sit and be with my friends and at the house and talking and sharing food, or be able to just enjoy life in a way that it's not all of this extra stuff, and I just kind of think that we just have to really get to a space where we honor ourselves, right? And the dying is such a beautiful thing. The dying to old beliefs, the dying to what I assume would make me happy, the dying to habits and behaviors that keeps me bound, that keeps me stuck, that keeps me in this space where I continuously don't know who I am, or that continuously keeps me in a state where I can get it, but I can't maintain it. So this morning has just really just been like this deep philosophical thought process, about how do you want to show up for yourself, Alexis? How do you want to exist? And that this journey is not about anybody else. It's about you. It's about how you show up for you. It's about how you want to exist. It's not about performing and pretending, because eventually it's draining, right? And that performing and pretending, I deal a lot with that in the 21 days of self-love. Like that performing and pretending mindset, that's wasted energy. That's a waste of existence, because I'm always in this state of trying to be what I think other people want me to be, or I assume they want me to be. or this person I created in my mind that I feel like I need to be. And it's like I don't have it. Yeah, that dog don't hunt. I ain't got it. And really just being in this space where you start to honor you and be one with you and love you. And then everything else will flow to other people. But we get so caught up in trying to be and do everything for other people, and then in the process we neglect ourselves. And then there is nothing left for us, because the performing and the pretending keeps allowing us to do output, and there's nothing being put back in. And then we're existing on fumes and existing in a way that really starts to contradict how we exist. And then we become angry and upset and resentful. But nobody told us to love ourselves first. That's not, I won't go there. Maybe on another video. Because I do believe there are certain teachings that have helped us to have a low self-esteem and not be clear about who we are, because we're always being told to be somebody else. Well, I'm already here. Let me just go ahead and say it. Be Esther, be Mary, be Martha, be Sarah, and it's like, be, all these other people, be Proverbs 31 woman. And it's like, wait, what? First of all, who is she? And they try to teach us to be a woman they have never met before. Yeah. But I have decided that I don't want to be any of them. I want to be Alexis. And I'm all right with that. I am all right with that. But anyway, off my soapbox in regards to that. Love you, honor you, be one with you. And until next time, Ashe. Bye-bye.